Welcome back into the Sports Source, this segment of our program. Brought to you by Southeast Termite and Pest Control. Folks, you know why I use Southeast? Not because they're a client. No, that's not it. It's because these guys are a local company, family owned since way back in 1971. For 44 years, they've been doing away with termites, mosquitoes, any other pests you want out of your home. Use who I use, Southeast Termite and Pest Control. Call those guys. You'll be very happy you did. They are spectacular. I mean, you're not going to get better customer service than you will with Southeast Termite and Pest Control. There's a difference in local ownership, kind of like this show, local ownership. All right, guys, word got out this week through Jimmy Himes that one of Tennessee's best-looking new signees, everybody over there was kind of impressed with how wide receiver Preston Williams was looking. I had somebody tell me he looks like one of the early 90s receivers, which when you're starting to compare people to the Alvin Harpers and the Carl Pickens, and that's a pretty good group. Well, he's still on Tennessee's campus, but he is retaking his ACT. He's got to retake his ACT because his score jumped too much, and it raises a red flag when it goes up too high. Can't practice until he's cleared through the NCAA clearinghouse. Here's the issue. We all know how slow the NCAA clearinghouse is because they're taking cases from every school in the country. It's not that they're just sitting there smoking cigarettes and leaning back with their feet on the chair, on the desk, or on the chair. They've got a lot of stuff coming through. So here's the thing. Even if you took the test today, it could be a while before they say, yeah, you're clear. Thoughts on the Preston Williams thing? Jimmy, you broke it. I'll let you start.
Well, I don't know how long Tennessee's known this, that he had to retake it, but I do know that he's been studying. He's got a tutor. He's been working on these prep things to try to prep tests to try to make sure that he gets the proper score. Anytime you jump more than 3 on an ACT, you're going to get red flagged, and that's what happened with Preston Williams. So he's been working toward that, studying to make sure. Now, the one thing I was told was his practice status is in limbo. Sometimes you are allowed to practice until you're cleared. I don't know if he fits into that. If you remember years ago, Leonard Little practiced 10 days.
That's right.
And they pulled him off the field. But they changed rules.
Yeah.
So I don't know exactly what the rules are now, except I was told that his practice status was uncertain. So I don't know if he's going to be able to go right away or not. However, I was hearing like you did. He's a freak athlete, fast, fluid. They really like his potential.
My assumption was, based on rulings in the past, you weren't going to be able to practice. So it'll be interesting to see, have those rules changed, and do they get him out there? It would certainly help. But you wonder, I mean, these things can drag on. All right, let's say he can practice. He won't be able to play if it's not cleared yet.
That's correct.
So it's another issue for Tennessee right now. Any concerns? I mean, here's the thing. I'm going to throw this out there. Could be the kid just studied up, did well on his second ACT, or I don't know how many times he took it, but did well, made the jump on his own. But we've all just lived through the Donnie Tyndall thing. All right, now, if this kid were at Alabama or at Florida, every Tennessee fan would be on Twitter right now saying they had somebody take the test for him. Do you have any, I mean, the only thing that scares me about this is when you start talking about a guy's test score jumping. To me, if it jumped for the wrong reasons, that could open a whole ugly can of worms. Does anybody have any trepidation about that? Or are you looking at, John, that's way too early to go down that road to even worry about it?
I'm going to go, it's way too early to go down. I think your biggest concern right now is him getting on the playing field.
Sure.
And so it may be a little bit too early to start going down something nefarious happening.
I'm not saying something nefarious happened.
Yeah. No, I'm not saying that you are. I'm saying the implication if somebody thinks it is.
What do you normally say, though, whenever the NCAA is involved in something? You don't want them digging around.
You don't want the NCAA there looking at something because they're liable to find something else out in the garbage can in the back.
That's all I'm saying. Yeah. That's all I'm saying. I wish he didn't have to retake his ACT test. If you're a Vol fan, you don't want this guy having to redo it because who knows where that leads. Let's say he comes back with a low score this time. Does the NCAA wonder, okay, why'd you have that one good score and then you come back down? I don't know. I just think that's one where it could open into other things. Hopefully it won't. Hopefully he comes back, nails it, and moves on. Juwan Jennings, Butch Jones said this week that he could be moving to other positions, playing some other stuff. I think everyone saw that coming. Might he step in at wide receiver because now you've got Preston Williams as a question mark. You've still got Von Pearson as a question mark. Do you think Juwan Jennings gets some time at wide receiver?
If he wants to get on the field sooner. You know, I mean, because the two positions going back from, especially in high school, would either, to help Tennessee, would be a defensive back where you have a lot of players. And wide receiver, you want to get on the field, that's the position. You can help them right away.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Chuck. I think receiver is a spot. They're also going to look at Malik Foreman at receiver. And so that would be two other additions to that particular position. And when they said that Foreman might end up playing some at receiver, I wonder if they knew this about Preston Williams a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah. Mike, I'll let you finish because you can get to chime in on those. Your thoughts. Either one. You can fire on the Williams thing or the Jennings thing.
The Williams thing, what I want to know is when did he take this test? How impatient should people feel toward the NCAA? Is this, I don't know if you know when he took this test. This was obviously a retake, but has there been this huge time gap? And just now, the last week of July, they're announcing this.
Yeah.
All I know is that when the retake, I was told it would be within 2 weeks for him to take it for at least the third time. I know that he's taken at least twice.
And he has to come within 2 points of his last score?
I don't know that.
Okay.
But he was coming off an injury or surgery.
Torn ACL.
Torn ACL. So I don't know that he was going to be an immediate impact. My feeling right now is he'll still have a good future at Tennessee. It just won't be right now.
All right, very good. Quick slants that you can't miss. Come on back on the Sports Source. 3 good topics coming your way.
From East Tennessee to Kentucky, no job is too small for Benedict Construction. Electrical work, heating and air installation, even carports and garages. With a reputation for excellence, rely on the custom work of Benedict Construction.